Hey guys, thanks for watching Weddings by CLED. In former episodes, you've heard me talk about fashion, specifically rented tuxedos, and you know that I'm not exactly crazy about them. Why? Because the fit just isn't always perfect. And I love a nice fitted suit on a guy, especially on his wedding day. So today we're gonna dive right in and learn how simple and accessible it is to get into custom clothing. So today I have a special friend with me, Melissa Mortellaro, who I like to call Mel, happens to be a clothier with Tom James Custom Clothiers. What does that mean? That means that she helps you find clothes that fit you perfectly in whatever you can dream of, whatever fabrics you can dream of, whatever looks. She puts it all together for you, and she specifically can do that for formal wear, not just for guys, but for girls also. So I am really excited to have you here today.
Thanks for having me.
I know we were talking about how we would coordinate our outfits, and did you know that Oprah actually changed her suit when she saw Adele show up in that great white pantsuit?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so she kind of put on something like an off-white, and they just coordinated together. So we could be like Oprah and Adele.
I love that.
Okay, so
I love that we're twinning also.
Kinda, yeah, we're twinning, but we're not. Because there's so many shades of black.
That's right.
As you know. Tell me first how you get into this. What got you interested in being a clothier?
That's right, you got it. So I went to JMU for hospitality management.
Like what I do.
Yeah.
Like kind of the
right.
business.
I wanted to get into events. That's what I wanted to do. Doug Kidd, who is the leader at Tom James here in Virginia, he actually has known me since I was 2. So he reached out and asked me if I would be interested in just checking out, seeing what a day in the life would be of Tom James. So I did, and I was scared, crazy scared, and I turned him down. But I came back around to the idea because I thought, you know, why not? Take a chance on yourself.
What was scary about it? It seemed like it'd be so much fun. Tell me what was scary.
Sales is scary. I mean,
the sales part.
You have to really just be confident in yourself, and it's hard to act confident but actually be confident in yourself. I'm really glad that I took the chance because the Tom James culture just took me in his family and taught me the ropes, and then I realized, you know, this is my dream job. My first selling month was April 2020.
So that must have been a tough time.
Yeah.
To get started with the pandemic and everything. And just, I mean, let me just stop you. Like, to say that you knew that this was your dream job at that age, I mean, that's pretty incredible. Most people are, you know, still trying to figure it out. Heck, some people are trying to figure it out at my age.
Yeah.
And you know this is what you want.
Right. There's
awesome.
So many
it's
aspects of it that I love.
Tell me about, when you say, you know, you started out, there's obviously 2 components to this. There's the sales, and that's the part that's probably a little bit harder.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to educate.
Right.
And then there's the actual probably fun part.
Right.
Where you get down and dirty and get into the fabrics and everything with your customers.
Right.
So tell me the process.
Sure. So
say I'm getting married. How do we begin?
So really the initial meeting is just getting to know my client, seeing what they actually want and what they might need. And they may not know what they need. So depending on the weather, depending on where they're going to be, all of these things I'm taking into account because fabric can play a huge role into that. If they have no idea, then I'll know.
Right.
And I can tell them, this is what this does, this is what that does. How would you like to feel on your day? As far as wedding and formal wear clients, I think that there is this, it's almost ingrained that I'm just gonna rent a tuxedo. You know, because I hear that all the time, and I try to tell them, well, that's not the only option. So how do you find clients who are actually willing to take the plunge and go all the way and get that custom suit? And this isn't just going to a store and buying one, but going to the next level and actually having it made. Like, where do you find them? I build my business off referrals. So a lot of it is just knowing their lives and when they might need a tux, and then just introducing the idea, like, hey, wouldn't you like to have your tux to look back on, or have your tux for a formal event that might happen? You know, who wants to be in a pinch
or just look really good?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, who wants to do that? You know, last minute go and get something that you actually don't enjoy wearing, you don't feel good in, and it's a really important day, and you have pictures that last a lifetime and you don't look and feel your best.
Now, are you finding that with weddings, is it always a tux?
No, I've actually found that people are more interested in the suit aspect and having the color matching the bridesmaids, or having a fun bow tie in there, or just open collar. Like, people are just not even wearing jackets. So really the pant and the shirt are being exposed, so they're more important. So doing small details like color buttonholes, contrasting inlays, having the pants fit correctly definitely help.
Yeah, because I'm seeing more suits. And I think from an etiquette standpoint, a tux isn't always necessary. The way I see it, like if the wedding is in, you know, a barn or a nice barn, you know, still though, I think a tux looks out of place. So you can actually assess like what you would need to look like the groom and have that level of formality, but maybe it's not a tux.
I definitely love versatility. Personally, but also for my clients, because it just makes sense. So having a suit that you can maybe take the jacket and wear as a blazer for your meetings in real
or over
life.
jeans to go to dinner.
Right.
Right.
It's not all about your tuxedo and all about just wearing it one time, one day. But if you want something unique, then that is ideal.
Now, outside of the realm of weddings and formal events, and just to touch on a little bit about the state that we're in right now, you know, with the pandemic, there are not as many men putting on suits and going to the office. So how has that affected, or how have you pivoted because of that in your business?
We actually, as a company, came out with, I think, 23 new products in 2020 with stretch. Is the main focus.
For the weight you put on during that shutdown?
That and just comfort,
Well, it's nice. Anything that stretches jeans, anything.
And you don't think of a suit as being comfortable. I don't know about you, but that's never been something I had thought about. And that can change. You can be comfortable in your work clothes, and you don't have to wear a jacket. You can just upgrade your shirts to fit right and have features that make this shirt stand out. You know, people in traditional times have worn just suits to work, and now they have jeans at home, but they don't know what to wear in between.
Right.
So for me, it was educating them that you need the 5-pocket pant look. You need a nicer jean, one without holes. You know, like, you need things in your wardrobe in between that you can really feel good about when you go to the office. You know, it's a mindset.
So do you do actual sort of wardrobe consultations where I've noticed I have a rotation of what I wear? And you know, you don't need a whole, like, do you edit closets? And see, that's awesome. So, I think that's a great service.
Yeah, one of my clients actually struggled with putting outfits together. A lot of people do, but a lot of people don't tell me. So I was really grateful that he told me, because I went to his house, I looked in his closet, I took care of anything that didn't need to be there. Like things that don't fit, things that he hasn't worn in 3 years. Like you don't need that. So I took care of all of that, we donated it, and I told him what we needed to add, and then he told me when he wanted to add it. That's how we built the wardrobe. And then I snapped pictures of the outfits put together and shared an album with him, because he's just that person that in the morning he has no time to think. He gets up, he wants to look good, and he can just refer back to that, and he's good to go.
Do clients like text you and ask you what to wear? Do they send them pictures of themselves in their closets? Do you mind?
No, I don't. I actually love it. I love it. Like, for me, getting a text from a client saying, hey, I'm wearing your stuff, and I've gotten so many compliments, that solidifies everything that I've done.
What a service. And you know, to go back to weddings, I mean, what a cool service to just be able to dress someone in their formal wear and then starting off their new life, because often weddings are the beginning of so many other wonderful things, maybe a new home, maybe a new closet, maybe a new job, new career, move. So what a fresh new way. It doesn't have to end at the wedding day.
Right.
Budget-wise, what, you know, I think that's probably the first thing people go, oh my gosh, custom clothes, you know, and they may be scared off by the price tags. So I'm sure it's all over the map, you know, as far as a range, but where does this kind of start? Where does it end?
That's a great question.
For say one suit.
Right, I always get that question. So our suits start at $749 for a full custom suit. And that's with alterations, all of that good stuff. But you could range all the way up to $5 grand, $6 grand, 10 grand, really depending on how versatile and how unique you want it.
Okay.
So the construction levels and the fabric really play a part.
Well, I want to know about all of those elements. So I know that you brought some goodies today. So let's walk over there and see what you got.
This is just a snippet of the fabric selection, and I think it's really important that people know that there are differences in fabrics, so that's kind of what I've laid out. Each of these pads here have a whole bunch of different colors in it. But
so these are suit colors? Sorry.
Suit, jacket, pant, if you want to do separates, you can do that. So if you feel that fabric, Caroline, like it's soft, right? So that's a Teclana, and that means that it's water resistant and actually repels stains.
Water resistant. Does anyone ever get the peach suit? Well, I guess a lady.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've done a dress in that. So these guys here are a different fabric, and you can kind of feel it. It's a Warsand. It kind of feels like cotton almost, but it's not. So it doesn't perform like cotton, but it feels that way, and it has some substance to it.
Nice.
But the colors are there for your choosing.
Okay.
And this fabric here on the bottom is a Holland and Sherry fabric that we have, and it's one of the most beautiful suits that I personally like because of the shimmer of it. So with the light, it catches the light.
Oh, it has shimmer in it?
Yeah, so I love that one.
Oh, I love that.
It just looks really luxurious when it catches the light.
It's probably the top of the line, right?
Yeah, Holland and Sherry is like mid to top.
Yeah,
so it's amazing.
Of course I like that.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
And this one's my favorite one because of the masquerade options.
Masquerade. So talk to me about that.
So masquerade obviously is more formal. So a lot of this stuff is going to be dinner jackets, party jackets.
This navy shimmer is stunning.
It's so cool, right?
So would that be like a jacket? Or?
Yeah, you could do a full suit out of that.
Like, oh my God.
You could really just have some fun, and you can't find this anywhere else. I had somebody literally look up custom suits, and they came into our office, which never happens. We come to our clients. So they came in, and they were looking for a suit that looked like a peacock theme. Oh and they were like, I cannot find this anywhere. And I was so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what I'm gonna show you. So I showed them this, and they absolutely loved it. And they were like, I definitely wouldn't be able to find this anywhere else.
What's your favorite part of this?
I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but I just love, I just love the fabric part. Like that's my favorite part. Putting together unique things and having my clients trust me enough to do that is amazing.
Yeah, that's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Now on Tom over here, I noticed something I love.
Yeah.
First of all, I know that this, you said, can be customized.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got on in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that...
So the linings, you know, you can customize your linings, and that's one of the most personable parts.
I love that.
And the labels,
peeks out
right?
a little bit. Yes.
For the groom, I have found that they love doing their names in there and having the date of their wedding. You know?
Oh my gosh.
That is the
What a cool wedding gift.
Yes.
For a bride to have that made for him and then have that little surprise.
Exactly.
Inside.
You know, not having the jacket on, this makes the shirt just look put together.
Oh yeah.
So you can wear that shirt by itself and it not be a boring old white shirt.
And now this, that's the placket, right? Or the button opening. Can that be customized also?
Yes.
See, I love this level of detail.
Yeah.
And this level of detail is what...
You can change these buttons on my jacket. You see I have different buttons on mine.
Yep. And now can the color of the buttons also be? Because that's one of my favorite things too.
Yeah. That's a pocket square.
The pocket square.
But it's a breast puff pocket. So it's actually the lining. And if you forget to wear one, you can just pop it out.
Oh, so it's like
attached.
stuck it. Oh, that's really smart.
Yeah.
That's really smart. Right. So what's all this for? This looks kind of vintagey.
So this is just what I use to measure. There's about 27 measurements that go into the suit.
And how long is the process?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
So I always tell my guys 6 to 8 weeks, but for weddings, I need 10. Okay. 10 weeks minimum. Okay. So I can get any alterations that might be done, make sure that you're happy, we're not scrambling around on your wedding day. I can even be at the wedding just to make sure there's no malfunctions.
Love it. So in the world of formal wear, for women's wear, for weddings, what are you seeing there?
So it's a lot of fun because we just came out with our new formal wear for women. So we can do a formal tux now for women. I have a tuxedo dress as well.
Ooh.
And white and just satiny colors.
Yeah.
You know, making it feminine is kind of tough when you're wearing a suit.
Right.
But the fit and the fabric is key. So
well, that sounds super sexy.
Yeah.
I mean, a tuxedo dress for like a micro wedding.
That's right.
Or a getaway.
Yeah.
Tell me, what's the thing that really sets you apart, that really makes you different? Why should I, because I'm a shopper and I love to shop, why should I come to you and get my next, you know, blazer custom made instead of going and, you know, plopping down some dough at some designer shop?
Well, besides the quality of it, the whole process is just unique. So we make clothing straight from the measurements that I personally take. So I am a tailor and I have to figure out how to fit you. So when you go off the rack anywhere, a lot of times it's not true custom, it's not made for you, it's just tailored for you. So that's the difference. It's start to finish made for you. We don't do any sizing. My size of my jacket is my name because it's made for me.
Which is nice, because that number can sometimes throw you.
Right,
you know, you can really be a 4 in one thing and an 8 in another, and
that's the beauty of it. Like I don't know how I would be able to do that and juggle all that.
It's just size Mel.
Like, what size are you?
No.
So it's simple, and that's really what I think is the biggest thing. You don't have to worry about going to a store and trying on a billion things and then getting home and finding out after you've worn it once that you actually don't like the fit. You can just call me up and be like, hey, I think we need to alter this, or hey, something's off. I can fix any problem I know about.
And that's awesome, because people change.
Yeah.
You know, and people may gain a little, they may lose a little, and you're always there. You know, and you're just a text.
It's not always easy to say that, right? But like, everybody's got a body.
Yeah.
And we all change.
And bodies change. And you do, like sometimes you'll see like custom, you know, in certain like retail stores, but it's really not.
Right.
It's not. So
it's a loose term. So I always tell my guys, bespoke, made to measure. Those words really are true.
Yeah.
You can't claim to be bespoke if it's not true custom.
Well, you're doing it.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I can tell you love it.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay, so we have talked about the whole process, and it starts with getting to know your clients, which is a beautiful thing, I think, in any type of service, but especially at such a fun, exciting, and emotional time of a wedding. You know, picking out the fabrics and putting together the style. How do you wrap up that process when it comes to a wedding for a client?
So the initial part is always the fun part, because you pick it all out, and then I do all the hard work. I measure you, I make sure it's made correctly, and then magically it appears 8 weeks later, and you try it on. That process is really simple. I just bring it to you and try it on wherever you're comfortable.
That's so much better than like a crappy little fitting room with bad lighting.
Right.
You know, I mean, I always say I think like the wedding planning process should be fun and exciting and luxurious, and that's just one more way to make it that way. Yeah. And I love that, you know, just leading up to the wedding day. Thanks for like being you and having this and being here. I mean, what a great little gem in our little town. And you go beyond.
Yes.
You go beyond. But I personally think it's a great thing to have.
And
I'm going to tell all my clients about it. Thank you guys for watching this really fun episode of Weddings by CLED. I think we're gonna have Mel back because there's more to talk about here. But as always, please subscribe. It helps me realize my dreams, and it brings you fresh new content every single week. Hello. It's me. It's me. Or a Tom James suit.
Oh, I like that. Woo! I like that.
Aspect of any service, but especially planning. Oh, I'm sorry, I just did something to my toenail.
Don't take Tom out.
No, I
can't handle it.
I just hit it the wrong way.
Should we wrap it up, put a little bow on it?